Okay. Chapter 2 test review. 1 through 4 is talking about this picture. 1 through 4 is talking about this picture the whole time. Number 1, supplementary. What does that mean? Add up to 180. Yep. So when you're looking at this picture, the relationships are either supplementary or congruent. Okay, those are your only two options. Okay, while we're here, what's congruent mean? The same. Yep, congruent means the same. So the angles either add up to 180 or they're the same. Okay, so let's look at number 1. We're talking about angle 1 here. So I'm going to go through each one, and we're going to see if it's supplementary or not. Is angle 3 supplementary to angle 1? Yes. What's the relationship there? Adjacent. Yep, adjacent angles add up to 180. Good. What about angle 5? No, those are not supplementary because, do you know what relationship that is?
It's alternate. No. Wait, no.
It's corresponding. Yep. Another way, if you aren't comfortable with the relationships there, look, this angle's acute, and so is this one. So you can do it based off of what they look like. Okay. What about angle 7?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Another way you can see that, one's acute and one's obtuse. Moving on to angle 4. Yes or no?
No.
No, why not?
Vertical.
They're vertical. We know vertical angles are the same. What about angle 6? Yes. Again, a way you can see that, one's acute, one's obtuse. What about angle 8? No. Okay. Any questions on knowing if they're supplementary or not? Okay. What about number 2? Now we're talking about being congruent. So congruent, again, that means if they're the same. So talking about angle 5 here. Is angle 1 the same as angle 5? Yes. Remember, those are corresponding angles. They're the same. Or they're both acute. What about angle 3? Nope. Those are same side interior, so they are not the same. What about angle 7? No, why not? They're adjacent, and we know those are supplementary. Angle 2? Yes or no? Nope. Angle 4? Yes. What's the relationship there? Alternate interior. What about angle 8? Yes. What's the relationship there? Vertical angles. Any questions on 1 and 2? Okay, those you're just looking at the picture, making those connections. On number 3, it gives you an angle measure. It says angle 2 is 112. It wants to know what angle 7 is. So first you ask yourself, are they supplementary or are they congruent? Which one? They are congruent. What's the relationship on that one? Alternate exterior. Since they're congruent, if angle 2 is 12, angle 7 is, 112. There we go. What if they were not congruent? How would you find the angle measure?
180 minus 1.
Yep, 180 minus that 112. Good. And then that last one with this picture, talking about number 4, you're going to give me an example of all of those. Okay, there is more than one correct answer for each of those. You only need to put one. Okay, so if I'm talking about alternate interior, give me an example of a pair of alternate interior angles.
Angle 3, angle 6.
3 and 6, or you could have also put 4 and 5. So how I want you to put that is angle 4 and angle 5. If you put the other one, that's fine too. That's how I want your answers to be written though. Okay. Alternate exterior example. 2 and 7 or 1 and 8. Yep. Same side interior.
3 and 5.
3 and 5, 4 and 6. Yep.
Yes.
Again, how many do you have to put? You only have to put one. You don't have to put all of them. Corresponding. 3 and 7. I like it. Angle 3 and angle 7. What about vertical? 1 and 4 would work. Adjacent. Some of us forget what this word means. What does adjacent mean? Next to each other. Yep, next to each other. Give me an example of adjacent angles. 7 and 8 would work. There's a bunch of different examples that would work. 7 and angle 8. Are there any questions on 1 through 4? Moving on to 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Let's talk about the 3 things we're going to use to help us find angles and triangles. What's one of them? There's 3 things that we know. 3 facts to help us. All angles add up to 180. What was another one? There's 2 more. There are 2 angle pair relationships. Adjacent. Yep. What do we know about adjacent angles? Yep. Add up to 180. And then what's the other relationship? Vertical. There we go. Vertical angles. What do we know about those? They're the same, or they're equal or congruent. Yep. Okay, so using those 3 ideas, which one can I find first? X. How do I find X? Yep. I know 2. I can find the third, so I do 54 plus 82 is 136, and then 180 minus 136 is 44. So I have 44 for X. Once you find one of them, I would put it in the picture, so it helps you find the others. How can I find Y?
180 minus 44.
Yep, how did you figure that out? They're adjacent to each other. We know those add up to 180, so we can do 180 minus 44 to give us 136. Good. And then how can I find Z?
It's vertical to Y.
Yep, they're vertical, so vertical means they are the same. I could have also compared it to X. What do I know about X and Z? They're adjacent to each other, so I could do that same relationship we did on Y. Good. Okay, once you have those answered, number 10 should be pretty easy for you. Okay, it's just asking you about what you got for your answers here. So, is X equal to Y? No. Does X plus Y equal 180? Yes. Is Y equal to Z? Yes. Does X plus Z equal 180? Yes. Does Y plus Z equal 180? No. Okay. Questions on the front page. On this one, okay, a lot of us came up to me and said, I can't find X because there's no number next to it. Okay, that's why I threw this hint in there. C and D are parallel. Why do you think I would tell you that?
Well, they're gonna be the same.
Right, I have this transversal here. Okay, so what number is going to help me find X? 124, right? What's the relationship here? Alternate exterior. What do we know about alternate exterior angles? They're congruent, so X is also 124. Okay, that's why I threw that hint in there for you. How can I find Y? Yep, I know 2. I can find the third, so 53 plus 39 is 92. Then I take 180 minus 92 is 88. So 88 is our Y value. And then how can I find Z up there? Yep, and why do you say that? They're adjacent to each other, so I can take 180 minus 88 to give me 92. Yep. 15 and 16. Okay, on the test, it is the same diagram. Okay, it's the same diagram as the review. So let's answer 15 first. It wants to know which street is parallel to First Avenue. Second Avenue. Parallel means what? They don't touch, right? And they're the same slope. Good. What if it asked what is parallel to First Avenue? Or sorry, perpendicular to First Avenue.
Main road or Central Avenue or D Street or Main Road.
D Street,
Why do you say D Street?
because it's an undefined line, and a slope of 0 undefined or perpendicular.
Right, and this, remember perpendicular lines, they make a right angle there. Okay, so if it's a straight line side to side and a straight line up and down, those are perpendicular to each other. Okay, talking about number 16. A lot of us had different numbers than me, and that's fine. This graph's kind of hard to tell if it's a perfect point or not. So some of us were using different points. That's totally fine. This is what I need from you, though. Okay? So in order to find the perpendicular slope, what do I need to do first?
Find the slope.
I need to find the original slope. Okay? So if I find the slope of Central Avenue, I'm just going to pick this perfect point here and this one up here. Okay? Again, do you have to pick the same points as me? No. Okay? So how do I calculate slope? Rise over run. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I go over 5. Okay? Now, can I find the perpendicular slope to that? Yes. What would it be?
Negative 5 over 11.
Yep. Opposite reciprocal. Flip the sign and flip the fraction. Now, I need to see your original slope as well as the perpendicular slope. Why do you think I need to see both? So I know if you did it correctly, right? If I didn't see this, can I count it right? No, I need to see both of those, okay, because we could all get different slopes there. Okay, make sure I see both of those. Questions on that one? So again, your slope does not have to match mine, okay, just as long as you show me both of those. All right, 17 and 18, make sure we read directions carefully so we know which one we're looking for. Okay, so on 17 it says, what is the equation of a line that is parallel to the line y equals 2x plus 7 and passes through the point negative 2, 4? What do I care about in that sentence? Parallel. What else do I care about?
Your 2 points in your equation.
The 2 points. What do I care about most in this equation? What do I want from it? Yep, I want the slope. What's the slope? 2. Yep. Since it's parallel, do I keep the same slope or do I change it? Keep it. Good. What equation am I going to use?
Y equals mx plus b.
Yep, y equals mx plus b, and then we plug in values. What's my y value? 4. M is 2. X is negative 2. Do I do plus 7? No. Plus b. Remember, once I get the slope from this equation, we don't really care about it anymore. Okay? We want to find a new b value. 2 times negative 2? Negative 4. What do I do next? Add 4. So what do I get for b? A equals b. I'm going to write 2 equations down. I want you to tell me which one's the correct answer. Okay? The second one. Why do I want the second one and not this one?
That's just figuring out your slope.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The reason I did this is because I see this from multiple people. Okay? Right. They plugged everything in. Okay? That is a true statement, but that's not the equation that I want. Okay? So you're not wrong by this. Okay? But I want an equation that's similar to the one we started with. Okay? The only reason you use this x and y is to find what your b is. Okay? We don't need them for anything else. Questions about that? Okay, let's talk about 18. This is our last one. What do we care about in that sentence?
Negative 1/4.
Right, we want the slope from this, which is negative 1/4. It says perpendicular. What does that tell us? We need to change the slope. What's the new slope? 4. Okay, and then what equation are we going to use? Y equals mx plus b. What's the y value? 7m. Why am I using 4 and not negative 1/4? Yep, when you get that new slope, you want to use the new one. What's x? 3, and then we have plus b. 4 times 3? 12. What do I do next? Minus 12. 7 minus 12? Negative 5 is b. Again, 2 most important things to write the equation. You have your m and your b, then you can write it. What is my final equation? Good. Y equals 4x minus 5. So just be sure on 17 and 18 you read directions carefully. Okay? Any questions on the back page?